The Other Side Media Group and 91X now present The Other Side Radio Show, a program about people who make a difference from all walks of life in Quinte and beyond. And now here are your hosts, Jeremy and Joshua Davis.
Hello and welcome again to The Other Side Live. I'm Jeremy Davis.
I'm Joshua Davis, and great to be here at the Rushlow home. And we're talking with Fred Rushlow today and his amazing, courageous story.
Absolutely. Or as we more commonly call him, Uncle Fred, because you're so close with the family. Now, Uncle Fred, as this is National AccessAbility Week, although we don't want to date it too much because this is a message, this is a story that could be and has to be out there 365 days a year. Not too long ago, you had a medical setback, if I can coin it that way, okay? And it ended up where they had to amputate part of your leg. Can you tell us how that began and how you have triumphed so far through this adversity and become the champion you are today? Uncle Fred, and you can take that.
Yes, Jerry and Josh, thanks for having me on your show. I can tell you, I wouldn't want to wish this on anybody, and please listen to me. I got in this situation and want everybody to realize and take care of themselves because I came down with a foot issue, and it kind of didn't heal the way it should have healed, and I should have been a little bit more wiser and looked into it more. So listen, people, please, when it comes to that, I got infection in it and didn't look after it. Then it went a bit further than what it should have went because like I said, don't want this happen on anybody. I didn't. Should have paid more attention on my own side, but then I lost half of my leg, and I was down for 8 months, never stood up, couldn't do nothing. I was getting down on myself and just giving up, and I had a wonderful wife that was there 24/7 beside me night and day to do what I had to do to get me through my situations, and best friends like the Davis family is my family, and Daddy Gord, Daddy Mom, Jeremy, Josh, and my wife. We are the Jeremy Davis, Fred Rushlow family. And you know what? With your guys' support, I had it and got me pushed ahead, didn't set back. I had a lot of nurses come in 3 times a week, doctor's appointments, and finally when I got to heal up, it took me 8 months to get this far where I am. Then I got the bottom part of my leg to learn how to start walking again like it's a new thing, like learning to start over again, which it is. And now with that, I'm therapy. I'm doing really well. I stand up now. I can, go forward, backwards. And the thing was, it was push by people like you guys that never made me sit back and got on to me. Don't ever sit back because you think you can't do something, you can do it. It's always there.
Well, thank you, Uncle Fred, for such kind words. If it wasn't for you and the family, you are an inspiration to us and an inspiration to many, not only in this great community of the city of Belleville, but beyond, in the Quinte region and beyond, as I said.
Now, Fred, as we look ahead in this 21st century and 2023, what would you say to the people out there to define our city more accessible?
Well, that's a good one there, Josh.
You can take that.
But you know what? It's I've had a lot of family and friend support, and if I'm out going somewhere, people see me, they stop and talk and say, how you doing? Have a great day. And you know what? The support was there. You know, it was some good things, positive, some negative things, but it's just amazing how that I didn't think I could do what I can do today. And like I said, I surprised myself, and I just kept pushing and said, well, I got to do this. I can do it. I want to be a Mr. Champ and do what I can do to make the city and to make me to be around the city of Belleville, to see my friends and be able to do what I can do again. Because when you're down for eight months and can't stand up, nobody knows what goes through my mind. Like, am I ever going to be able to be on my feet again? Or am I going to be able to see any of my good friends again? But I have to say, a lot of support from family, friends, and everybody. I'm just so grateful to be where I am today. And, you know, it's unbelievable, and it's overwhelming that I worked on this and come this far.
That's wonderful, Fred. And I guess I was just wondering, what was your opinion in regards to, do you believe that the city needs some more help with negotiating with the public to make sidewalks accessible and the curbs easier so people can get over them with the wheelchairs, or not?
So you're talking about overall functionality of our great city and beyond. So through the infrastructure and all of that that we are looking at with the Belleville Accessibility Advisory Committee and other
And also the
such
chamber,
committees and with strategic planning, aren't you, Josh?
Yes.
So what's your opinion on that matter?
Well, you know what? That's a good thing you brought up, because now that I'm waiting for a better part of my leg to come, because it's only a temporary one, that I can't walk a long ways or go too far on a walker, maybe in the house and stuff. But you know what? Now that I use a motor chair, I've been getting downtown a bit more. But the sidewalks in the city of Belleville got a great city. The sidewalks should be repaired. And like, there's seniors that are out there that are on walkers and on canes, and there's some humps in the sidewalk. Like, if they stub their toe and if they go down, you know, they're kind of going to get, you know, could injure themselves. Like, hopefully it don't happen. But I still think, sure, that the city of Belleville should honestly, you know, to my opinion, should be out there checking out sidewalks, because you got to be safe when you go downtown or go anywhere. I always got to think of safety first, because you never know what a fall can do to a senior citizen or even anybody. And you know what? Safety comes first, and that's what the city of Belleville should look out for.
Well, absolutely. And, you know, it's an ongoing thing. Nothing is going to get completely revitalized overnight. We all recognize that, whether we're in the city of Belleville or across this great country of Canada and so on. But we have to keep working and keep building that inclusive community and getting that public input. Now, if I might ask you this question, and I don't want to, you know, get into the emotional side as much, because I know what you went through has been very difficult, challenging, not just because we live this reality in our own way. Each person is different. But could you tell us, Fred, I know there's people out there wondering who are listening today, thinking, what would you say was the distinctive difference? Okay, you have you've been so active, and you remain so active, and
You've been on the fair board.
And everything will come back, and we're proud of that. But okay, you woke up one day and this new reality of not having part of your leg, and then so having a physical challenge. But so you've lived life on both sides. So you've walked it that long and that type of thing. What was the main adjustment? I know it sounds so cliche, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to be a reporter, but how did you deal with that? How did you overcome with that? And what was the first reaction after that devastating change? Uncle Fred, if I can say that, if that's okay.
Well, thanks for asking that, Jeremy. But the thing is, I'm going to bring a small thing up first. We've always done a Christmas display. And last year we did a Christmas display, and I couldn't do much. I couldn't help. I got down on myself. I got emotional seeing family, friends, everybody doing this for me, setting it up and doing that. And I try to get out to meet the community and do what I can do. I get emotional going back in. Like, I kind of felt like, oh no, like I can't even do this now. I can't do that now. So what do I do to continue on? Well, guess what? I put my mind to it and said, this Christmas coming up, a Christmas display in memory of my young lad there in Rushlow. I will have my better leg where I can be able to walk and do things, and I won't be the best, but at least I can contribute to the Christmas display this year, and not sitting back and kind of feeling down on myself because I couldn't do it. But then I got thinking, I'm going to bear down. I'm going to be the best I can, and show this community that, hey, I'm back. Not the best shape, but you know what? I'm here, and I'm back. And anybody else out there listening, if something that ever comes down on you, and I don't want it to come down on you, but you know what? Don't ever give up, because I did, and now that I'm glad, I shouldn't have gave up, but things go through your mind. Like I said, you don't really know what's going through my mind, and I'm a pusher, so you know what? It's going to be for me to do what I can do to contribute to the display this year and do the best I can and say, hey, I'm back, I'm building. This is my first Christmas without my mom, and you know what? It's going to bear down that, hey, Mr. Uncle Fred Rushlow did put a bit of contribute into this display, but not a lot, but at least I helped out, which more than I could do last Christmas.
Well, listen, it is a lot, and the thing is, Fred, those emotions, those senses, those words that go through our mind when we think we can't do something, it's only natural after something so traumatic. We're only human, and we're so very proud of you. And that is one thing I can say, and I know Josh wants to jump right in here, and he will. I hope we have lots of time left. We're going to have an extra long show. But that is something that we want to continue to do, and we have all our life, to continue to reach for our own dreams, to help inspire others and help influence positive change. And that's why I ran for office. That's why I never believe in the word that you can't. We can and we will. We just haven't necessarily got everywhere we want to be yet, but we will. So, Josh, what did you want to add to this? And then we'll go from there. Bro?
Yes, that's definitely true, Jeremy. We can always move mountains if we just have the gumption and the belief in ourselves. Sometimes we can get frustrated, but that's only normal. We're only human, and it's friends like you guys that will pick us up and make us feel better. So thank you very much. And I just want to say, what would you say to the people out there that are maybe feeling a little down on themselves and not knowing where to turn? Like we've had many ups and downs in our life, but we've always focused on the positive, Jeremy and me. But as far as like, do you believe, since you've been in a wheelchair, Fred, that you've seen many different attitudes from the people out there? Would you like to comment on that or no?
I can comment on that, but I'll be nice about it. Yes, it was the first time I was like this. I did pass a few people, and I didn't ask to be like this. So if anybody's out there, I want to put one thing out first, please. I want to say the word. If you're a diabetic, please get checked. Keep up to yourself. Please don't be in my situation, because I didn't expect to be like this. And it is what it is as of today. But yes, when I got in a chair, I was starting to get out and going around, and I did pass a few people that said some things that kind of set me back and things I didn't like to hear, and I don't know if I'm going to put this over the air or not, because they were kind of things that was upsetting, and I found it more upsetting when I was told about things when I come home. And, I had to be exercise, do what I can do. And if I needed a drink, I needed this, had to go to my wife to, can you get me this? Can you get me that? And she would do it, and she would do it. I felt so bad and down again after what I heard that day when I was out on the street and come home. Yeah, I guess that person was right, because my wife's doing this, she's doing that, and I'm just sitting here, can't do nothing about it. Well, now you know what? As of today, I'm doing a lot more for myself. And you know what? The ones that did say the things that they said to me, well, you know what? I hold that as me being a bigger person and a champ that's come back into reality to be like this. And guess what? All I got to say is the people that kind of put me down a bit, I wouldn't want nothing to happen to you guys. But you know what? I'm going to have to say what goes around will come around. Sorry.
Well, yes. And do you think, Fred, do you think that it could be a reflection on some fraction of society, because there's potentially a lack of sensitivity, training or education. So when I say training, that could be in the workplace, any workplace, or when I say education, this type of thing, inclusivity for people with physical disabilities and other disabilities that people don't even visualize or see. Like there's all sorts. And we all have something. We all have our own cross to bear. But do you think it could be a result of it not being taught in the workplaces or the schools the same as it should be, or as Josh alluded to, just plain ignorance?
Well, you know what, Josh, I would give you 100% hands down on that, Josh, because that's right. And I don't know if it's people's bringing up or whatever down way back in the days or nothing, but I don't understand how people can be so cruel to people, because there's people are different every day. Everybody has disability problems, like you said. And some people, they're healthy, they live to be a long life, 80s, 90s, in their hundreds. And I'm still a young lad right now going through this here. Kind of makes me thinking, well, if this happened to me at this age, and I wouldn't want it to happen to me at an older age. And yes, there is some rude people out there that has no respect of people that are disabled.
Yes, but remember, disability is a label. We focus on ability. And as soon as we start to champion that, as soon as we change our mindset, we will see a difference in not only this community, but society and this country and this world as a whole. And I do believe there will come a day where we will see. I was reading before we went to air today, and these numbers could be higher, but these are the recorded statistics now that came up off of Google. There's 6.2 million Canadians alone that identify approximately. If I remember that correctly off the top of my head from what I read today, with a disability, and I'm thinking to myself, if our political leaders, both municipal, provincial, and federal, realized how big of percentage of the population that makes up, we're voices, we're voters too, we're people that matter. And so there's a lot of great people in our governments and leadership roles today. But we have to keep moving forward, moving mountains, as you said, and great things will continue to happen, but we're not there yet.
Now, what I want to get to is this, Fred. How has your relationship blossomed since your accident? Can I?
Well, my relationship, I kind of thought it was a bit going downhill and stuff at first because the way it was, I was kind of getting to be a changed person.
Yes.
And starting to get down like, okay, well, my wife don't need this. I'm starting to be a different person, different attitude. And that did go on I will be honest, but then down the road I got thinking, she didn't do this to me. I brought it on myself mostly, I will be honest. And then I had to think about what I think about later on when it's a bit too late that, why did I do this for my relationship when my wife was always there to do this for me? And like I said, she didn't put me in this spot, but I apologized and got everything back on track. And my relationship right now with my wife, my family, and you guys as family and friends, if it wouldn't have been for all that, I might have been still maybe kind of crusty, but you know what? My spirits are up. I'm cheered up. And next Sunday, June 11th, is my birthday, and I'll be happy.
Happy birthday.
Yes, and the best is yet to come. Yeah. And let's just say that there, the sad reality in this life is sometimes bad things or unfortunate things often happen to good people. But if we can rise above it and not let it keep us down, that's the meaning of life.
It's only one fraction of the magnificent chapter of your life, and it's only one fraction of our life, and we can rise above it. Like Jeremy says, we're like soaring eagles, Jeremy. And I brought that relationship question up, Jeremy, because it's something we think about as young men as we are, and we've had many relationships in the past and current ones now, and I just really believe we just need to love one another for everyone and take everyone for who they're worth.
Well, absolutely, and no prejudice. I want to very quickly say, because we're running out of time, and we'll have to have you back. We'll do another part. Check out our YouTube. We have a special message on there. I want to say that I am so proud and honored.
We're so proud to call you our friend.
And yes, but I'm so proud and honored and humbled that this week, the city of Belleville, I am, one of my committees I'm currently on is with the Belleville Accessibility Advisory Committee. And I'm so glad to announce that the Belleville Accessibility Excellence Awards. I may have the, I may not have the title completely right. It's a brand new initiative. I'm happy to have worked with my colleagues on the committee, staff, and city council to bring it forward with the committee. And we have nominations now open so that if you see an individual in the community or a business or anything of that nature, could be with built environment or something, helping to make it a more accessible, inclusive community, please go to the City of Belleville website at belleville.ca, fill out the nominations, and then on the International Day of Persons with Disabilities on December the 3rd, we will have our first award handed out with our committee and our mayor to do that. So it helps with the education factor, and I'm really excited that we're starting this Cornerstone initiative. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, and I just want to say it's a real honor talking about this because it's something that needs to be talked about, not just one day a year, but 365 days of the year here, because we need to break down the barriers and we need to be the trailblazers, ladies and gentlemen. And don't be afraid to stop and talk and ask questions or how we're feeling. We don't want to go backwards. We want to go forwards, and we want to make a difference in the community and beyond and the world.
And we all can, and we all have the ability to do it, and we all contribute. Now, we're quickly running out of time, but if you have a small poem or words of inspiration, and now, poet J.R. Davis to end off this great show, and we'll have you back for more, Uncle Fred, and thank you for sharing your incredible story. We love you, Uncle Fred, and Aunt Margie, and family. And God bless.
And God bless in loving memory of their son Aaron, and God bless to Betty too.
Yeah, Aunt Betty.
We love you guys.
Okay. Here it goes.
I'd like to do this poem, The Dreamer in Me. The dreamer in me wants hope and opportunity for everybody. The dreamer in me wants no more pain and sorrow. The dreamer in me is always looking for a better, brighter tomorrow. The dreamer in me would like to walk to the ends of the earth without getting tired. The dreamer in me would like to heal all illness with just a smile. The dreamer in me is for families to come together and never be torn apart. The dreamer in me is for all people to stay young at heart. The dreamer in me is to someday stand on the water to greet my Holy Father. The dreamer in me is to have a son or a daughter. The dreamer in me is to always have a song in my mind to sing, and always believe in the nature of things. Look beyond the wheels and see my dreams. These are some of my dreams in life. What are yours as we take this magical flight? God bless. Love to you all.
This has been The Other Side Live with Uncle Fred Rushlow and his amazing true life story. And Aunt Margie, we will see you. God bless. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for tuning in.
The Other Side Radio Show is a production of the Other Side Media Group in association with 91X. You can connect on Facebook at The Other Side Media Group, Instagram at Jeremy Tyler Davis, or on YouTube at Jeremy T. Davis, Belleville, Ontario for on-demand episodes and more. Tune in next week for another episode of The Other Side Radio Show.